Hey,
Hey,
Carly, it
how's it going?
works.
It did. You think I'm starting to know what I'm doing now?
Until they
So,
change something again.
yeah, exactly. So you can hear me okay, I can hear you, and that's fantastic.
Awesome.
Yeah, yeah, I'm Googling everything on this. Going out of my comfort zone, but you know what? It's all working out. This is what I want to do is be able to kind of get more in depth and up close and personal with the vendors, particularly the regular vendors that are at the holistic market. Because it's quite busy those days, and often you, especially, you're one on one with people doing readings and such. And
Yeah, I
um,
almost don't have time. Yeah.
yeah, you don't get
Yeah.
that chance as much to kind of get the behind the scenes story, which is really what I want to bring to light with the holistic market vendors and give them some extra value to like being involved with the market that we can do this and really get you going. So maybe Miriam, what you can do is start off with just kind of introducing yourself. And now I introduced you as Itza Rainbow, and and you have multiple personalities. No, just kidding.
It can
But you
sound
also
like
go,
that.
yeah. So maybe you can tell us a bit about how that came to be, and just start.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll just talk about the names and then go
yeah.
back in time. It's because when you go through different paths during your life, you get different information about yourself, and then you start vibrating into something, and then you get this name. Like I had Yonisha before when I was dancing,
Mm,
and then It's a Rainbow came as part of my connection with the Mayan group from Chichen Itza, which Itza actually means the Wizards of Water.
oh.
And it was a Mayan group that used to work magically with water. So that's what the name Itza means. And it's a rainbow. I just played with the words because rainbow, it's everything. All the colors and
Mhm.
the musical notes and the
We've had a lot
frequencies.
of lot of rainbows in the Okanagan, especially this past week. We've had a lot of rain and I've seen rainbows
Yeah,
everywhere. Yeah.
I've seen
Well,
them
that's
here in and
yeah.
I'm in Enderby camping.
Right. Yes. Yeah, you're
And
camping right now. So thank you. I
yeah,
love this mobile readiness that we can just get you wherever you are.
anywhere,
And
yeah.
and here you are interviewing with me. So at the Holistic Market, the next one's coming up. It's on Sunday, September 15th. So the market hours are 11 till 4, and it's at the Laurel Packing House. It is free admission. So when people come in, where can they find you?
I am at the very end up on stage, and I
Hmm.
usually put some rainbow lights there so you can see
Yeah.
where the rainbow lights are flashing.
Yeah, those disco
So it's
lights. I like those.
yeah. And
Yeah.
when I have time, I play some music too. I take my pan drum. It's like a steel drum,
Yeah.
and it has a very nice resonating sound. So
And that's
I
that
play
really
some
big
music there.
one that's got, it looks like an upside down bowl, and you tap on
Those
it
are
like this.
very expensive, so I haven't got one of those. But mine is like about 22 inches.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Is
got
that
it
the one
from
that
a
you were
crafter.
Oh, is that the one you were playing with that at the June market? You've had it there before?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I love the sound of that. Yeah, yeah. So you're on the stage up on the right-hand side, and what will you be offering on Sunday? What will people coming there, what can they expect to see from you or have done with you?
Yeah, I chose a few things to offer at the market. You can't do everything at once. So
Right.
what I chose to do is psychic readings, and it depends on what the person is needing. Like if they have a particular situation, I will probably read the tarot cards. And
Mm,
if they want to know more about their spiritual path, then I'll use the Mayan Oracle because one of the Mayan calendars, which is known as Zolkin, tells you all this what you've chose to learn here, your learning path. So when a baby was born, the minds knew already what this soul came to learn here. So it gives you your purpose of life, your challenge, what you came in service of. It's a full wave of 13 frequencies
Oh,
that you came to learn here and transcend. So I use the Mayan Oracle for that. And if you're needing some body healing and energy healing, I use the tuning forks. Actually, first I use the dowsing rods to check the chakras. And then if there
mm-hmm.
is a blockage on that moment, I can tune it with the tuning forks. And it's amazing because you can check right away with the forks if it's open again or if it's still blocked. And it's amazing that how you do also sound healing and chakra tuning. So you
Yeah,
know
yeah.
what.
Oh, yeah. It's really
Yes,
powerful, and
it
people just think
is.
it's just sound, but no, it's so much more. It sounds nice, yeah, it does, but it does open up and raise vibrations and do a lot of clearing just with that sound. Even thinking like as you see a sound, I think of it like a ripple in water. If you were to visualize it, it's that
Yes.
kind of like ripple effect that comes through, that's coming through your body. And we're mostly made out of water. So to have that,
Yes.
the sound healing incorporated into a healing is, it gives that added extra that, you
One
just don't
time I
get.
was I was doing self healing because you gotta always keep doing self healing too. And
Yeah.
I got a vision that inside I all I was a bunch of little rainbows,
Ah,
little rays of rainbows energy just doing like, and I was like, holy, this is amazing.
ah,
And so I always try to tap into that because that was a one-time vision, and now I know how it is. So I started using like imagining that there is a rainbow ray coming out of my hands and
oh,
healing. So
oh, that's
there you're
powerful.
using, yeah, it is.
Yeah. And now tying in with your name too.
Yeah.
You got the rainbows there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And talking
Um,
about the name, I stopped using that as a business, but I'm starting to tap everything into my personality name, Miriam Cunha, and then using the word transvibrating because it
mm,
came to me that that's what we need right now. It's to transvibrate into higher frequencies, and that's the
mhm.
work that I'm doing starting this year. Started this year, yeah.
And so how are you doing that? You use the tuning forks then. What else are you doing?
Music, colors,
Mm.
and meditation. We don't
Ah,
need much, Tools are just to have fun. Actually, what we need is our intention to
yeah,
tap
yeah,
into the inside knowledge of all there is.
yeah. Oh, that's good. So when people come to see you at the market, then we were thinking, I sent you a message, but I wasn't sure if maybe you may have something special for the people that have seen this Facebook Live when they come to the market on Sunday. If
If
they
they
mention that they
say,
saw you,
if they
they
say the
might be
word
getting an extra treat.
transvibrating,
Transvibrating, that's the secret
yeah,
password.
yeah,
I love it.
I came here for transvibrating and you'll get 10% off.
Oh,
How is
that's
that?
awesome. That's so generous. Thank you, Miriam. Thank you. And so when people are at the market and they come to see you, um, is it much like, how is it different than if they came to see you outside of the market? Like, are they shorter sessions, more of an intro to what you do, or are they getting a full-on session with you at the markets? How do you set that up?
Uh, sometimes people get a full section there, but if they come to see me in private, it's more private, more like you don't have all the distractions of people
Yeah.
around. Although, what I feel that when I'm in a market situation with other people, a public situation, you can create a bubble of energy, and you're just there. You're not, nobody else, nothing else is happening. So there is
I
this
get
ability of creating that more private.
like a big bubble of white light that's kind of coming.
Yeah,
Is that
yeah.
kind of how you would,
It's kind
for the
of like you
visual
try.
people?
I feel it like you tap into a different frequency. You're like a bridge of energy with that person, and you step out of with a different frequency. And I don't know how to explain that, but if you visualize frequencies of a radio, and
Yeah,
you tap into your own station, and you're not mixed with the other frequencies anymore.
right. That's a great way of explaining it. Actually, I like that. That's very straightforward and simple, and people know turning the dials on their radio that you just kind of tune in kind of the same way to different frequencies of people and probably
Yeah,
pets too, right? Yeah.
that's one thing we are going to learn very soon with the new Earth. It's to be able to just tune into different frequencies ourselves very
Yeah.
easily. It will be something natural. It
Yeah.
is part of what we are.
And so when you're not at the holistic market, and you've been coming for a number of years now, where can people find you in your private practice? You're based in Kelowna?
Yeah, I'm based in East Kelowna. I live on East Kelowna by the orchards.
Okay.
It's not far, but people think it's far because it's kind of hidden. It's a place close to the Greenway by
Right.
the Mission Creek, and
Yeah.
it's very, very private, very close to nature. And
And do you,
that's where I have a little studio on the back that I can do
uh,
sessions. And I also go on weekends to the Artful Hand to give readings there. I started doing that in July.
the Artful Hand, where is that?
It's a
It's
store at the mall.
oh yeah, that's the one in the mall.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
They sell craft, like local crafters creations there. It's a very cool store,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yes. I just
which is,
remembered that store entirely. I think they're actually the owner of that, I believe, started out at the holistic market and then she
yes, Albina,
went
yeah.
and yeah, yeah. And she had these beautiful silk kimonos that she was making and upcycling them. I do remember that. And then going in there, seeing a lot of local artisans and holistic type of products. Yeah, I love going in there too. So
Yeah,
Miriam,
I'm
do
not a
you,
very big mall person, but
yeah,
that store is kind of like it's a different frequency inside the mall. You
it
get
is.
there and then you get into this magical place, and I feel really good doing readings there.
hmm Do you also do distance work with people? Like,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Okay, so
It's
they don't have to come see you in person, but you are available. Would it be like, do you get a visual like what we're doing, like with using
yeah, we can
like
use
Facebook
Skype or
or
we can use the telephone too,
right?
or I can
And
just
that
tune
would,
in to the person and send the energy as well.
so that would
Because
be for healings, and
for
then
healing,
also for readings too. You can do it that way as well.
yes, yes.
Yeah, so worldwide, pretty much, you can
Yeah,
reach
yeah. We
with a
know the
local
energy
focus in
has
Kelowna.
no physical barriers. Energy goes through.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, if anyone's watching and if you're watching the replay, just post in the comments below that you're watching the replay. Let us know if you've experienced a reading or healing with Miriam in the past at the markets. And yeah, just let us know what your thoughts are and experiences. I would love to get some feedback. And Miriam, is
Uh,
there anything else you wanted to add to the interview today?
one of the questions you sent me was how everything started. So
Yes.
I got something about that.
Yeah, I'd love to hear
Uh,
that. Yeah.
yes, since I was a child, I grew up with a family that was more open-minded to things. And my dad was actually studying parapsychology. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. parapsychology.
Oh, parapsychology. Yeah.
Parapsychology. So he was
Yeah.
into
Like the
hypnotherapy.
paranormal. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And so at 9 years old, he brought a. I was 9, and he brought a book from Eric von Däniken, Were the Gods Astronauts? And
Oh.
that's what I was reading at that age. So when I was at school, I just wanted to talk about UFOs and ETs, and people like, what? Who's this person here? While the teenagers are trying to think about parties and boyfriends and girlfriends, I was reaching every single UFO convention there was in Brazil. Brazil is a big country for all these esoteric arts, and there is a big
Mm.
syncretism of religions and beliefs because of people coming from different parts of the world. Like the first there were the natives, and then the Portuguese arrived, and they brought Africans as slaves, and all of these beliefs got mixed because the Africans, for example, they were slaves, and they were prohibited to practice their beliefs in because they were slaves, and the Portuguese didn't want them to practice. So they started mixing or identifying their gods with the Christian saints, and
Oh.
they would say, "Oh no, we're not praying for this African god. This is this Catholic saint," and and this created a big syncretism in Brazil, a big mixture, and people can have two different beliefs or more at the same time. They go to church on Sunday, and then on Monday they're at an African ritual, and it's all good. So there's this big syncretism, which allows people who are in a search for knowledge and opening more and awakening to actually get all this material, because it's they say Brazil is actually the country that is going to give birth to the new generation for the new earth. Right now it's chaotic because it's that's how transitions happen, right? Because we are in the middle of a transition in the world, and it looks chaotic, but Brazil promises a lot for the next um, new stage of the earth.
And
I went out
so,
of the subject.
yeah. And so you were you grew up in Brazil then,
Yes,
and
I did.
obviously with a parent who's into the paranormal and parapsychology, opening your eyes at such a young age to alternative thinking and what else is out there. I can see why at such a young age that this is kind of where your life has led you to
Yeah, well,
continue in that path, right?
although later on he was actually the one who told me, "Oh, you got to stop this because otherwise you're going to get crazy." It's so funny because he actually was the one studying that, and then I guess by experience, he thought it was overwhelming. But once you're awakening, nothing stops you from.
Yeah. Yeah, keep searching out more knowledge and more
Yeah, yeah.
resources and, other trains of thought and exploring all of that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I explore different paths, different, like you're always searching outside until one day you realize that everything is inside of you, and that you don't
Mm,
need to search outside anymore, because you just tap into connecting with the source of knowledge from the universe, and whatever you need to know, not everything comes at once, because it will be overwhelming for our physical brains and our physical body to actually download everything.
yeah.
So we
Yeah.
filter what we need here, and we
Yeah.
can get information.
Yeah. Well, thank you. It's always a pleasure chatting with you. So this is how you
Thank
got
you.
started into it. And
Yeah,
so is there anything else you'd like to share with us today?
a couple of things. One thing is that I'm doing a couple of workshops at the Artful Hand.
Yeah.
One is about sacred geometry. It's September 18th. And the other
Okay.
one is October 16th. It's about the power of numbers.
Okay, so
And
we'll get that info in the comments below then. Maybe you can type that in after.
okay,
Just go in, and if you've got a link to that, if it's a
to the
Facebook
event.
event, yeah, just link
Okay.
into that event so we can know where to find that for more info. So
And what,
that was September 16th and 18th.
yeah,
Okay.
September 18 and October 16.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And the correct
And
dates would be nice because I think I just messed that up. And what
for
else do
us,
you have
it's
coming up?
it's more of a tip I wanted to give people because this year has been a year so full of portals of awakening, and I understand everybody's getting overwhelmed by inner work and
Mm,
acknowledging past things and releasing and letting go of things, and it has been overwhelming. So one tip I can give people is be in contact with nature the more you can, feet on the
ah,
ground, swim, nature, and do something creative like crafts or music or dance, because that will keep you focused and grounded
mm,
while you go through this process of awakening. This year has been big on that, and that's just a tip of what we're going to go through next year.
yeah.
So that's a
Yeah,
tip.
that's yeah. So we all get to go hug a tree when we get stressed out and get our feet in the
Yes,
grass,
yes,
go for a
yes,
swim in the lake. Well, that's kind of coming to a close, but
yeah.
gradually, yeah. But yeah, being outdoors and in nature it kind of gives a lot of perspective too as to what we have going on in our inner worlds, right? Yeah, it is very grounding. Yeah, and like you are right now, camping.
Yeah,
You're
yeah. We
outside a
decided
lot.
this.
Yeah.
We took the year for that, for being more. Although we live in a very good place for that, but being in a different spot, it's nice too, because
Yeah,
it's
you still get
different.
away. But I was
Yeah.
able to track you down though.
It's because we're here and everywhere.
Okay, so we've got trans vibrating was the code word to use on Sunday to come see you for 10% off on a service from you. That was awesome, very generous of you. Thanks. The
Oh,
Holistic
my
Market is
pleasure.
on this Sunday. It's 11 till 4, free admission. It's downtown Kelowna. Miriam will be there along with about another 50 vendors. So we've got people doing the readings, we've got people doing some um, body work, whether it's Reiki or massage or structural integration. We've got people doing nerve scans with this chiropractor. And then, of course, there's all the crystals and gems and jewelry that's going to be there, and so many more. If you're interested in taking a look at the exhibitors that will be there, there's all their profiles are online at holisticmarket.ca, and I will put that in the comments below as well. And what else have we got?
Carly,
Anything
you're
else?
amazing.
Oh,
I'm very thankful that
no.
you started organizing the holistic market because we really
Aw.
needed something like that, and it gets all the community of holistic practitioners together, and it's very important. You're amazing. Thank you for all you're doing.
Oh, thank you. And I know that I'm just putting in the Holistic Market website here right now, and there's a section for adding. Oh, right. I used that. I used the and symbol and it went all ampersandy. I had to use the actual letters and not the characters. So anyhow, it fixed itself. This is like the fifth. We're in the fifth year. We're leading up. We've had 4 years already. We're in our fifth year. It really is something that's created such a community that I love about it. You know, everybody is already on the same kind of wavelength. They're already on the same page of being open to alternative remedies and therapies and thoughts. And it's a great, I do enjoy it. I think it's a great opportunity to bring that community together, and more than once a year, because once a year is just not enough.
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. And we have three
Yeah.
more for the rest of this year. It's September 15th, October 6th, and November 10th. So I know you'll be there as well for all of those if people can't make it this Sunday. But your code and special is for this Sunday only, right? Yeah. So yeah, thank you so much. Well, we'll just fly with that. Make it up as we go. Well, thank you so much, Miriam, for coming on this
No,
Facebook
thank
Live with
you.
me today. Enjoy the rest of your vacationing there with your camping, and enjoy the rest of the weekend. And see you on Sunday.
All right. Thank you for
Sound
having
good?
me, and
Oh, you're
see you on
welcome.
Sunday.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.